Okay.
Hi, my name is Hanki and I'm here in London. First and foremost, it's a mom and daughter trip, but my mom's camera shy, so you'll barely see her in the video. And second, it's a celebration as I'm graduating this year. I'm very excited, oh my gosh. So here's a glimpse of London through my eyes.
We left our luggages at the hotel and went straight out the door to discover the new city. We took the bus 26 to get to our first destination, St. Paul's Cathedral. Before reservation, we decided to explore what was nearby and stumbled upon the city of London. This 1.12 square miles has always been a center for trade and commerce since the Roman period. Isn't that crazy? And still serves as one of the world's most important financial centers today. It would be so cool to come back here one day as an esteemed worker. Now, St. Paul's Cathedral. It was really beautiful when I first stepped inside. While listening to the audio guide, I found myself thinking about how churches embody so many of life's milestones. People get married here, and people are also laid to rest here. This building has witnessed countless generations and will continue to witness many more long after we are gone. Our time here is just a passing moment. Well, for us, it was an experience that we will never forget because we underestimated how many steps there are to reach the top of the dome. It felt endless. Reaching the top after, I think, 517 steps, the view of London was honestly a bonus. We were more proud of climbing those stairs than the actual view. Second stop, the British Museum. Now this was such a refreshing layout since the entrance is so spacious. Viewing so many artifacts from different regions, my favorite was definitely the Chinese collection as it displayed objects in chronological order from the Shang period, which was ancient China, until Han became the People's Republic of China, the country that we know now. It was interesting and fulfilling to me because I recently took a course on learning about China's history and I could actually pinpoint and connect facts I knew across dynasties. I also want to highlight Egypt as the most mind-blowing one due to the scale of their statues. At Last Supper, we ate at Papa Noodle and we got, how do we say this in English? 牛肉面, which is beef noodles, and 羊肉串, which are lamb skewers. And then we got back to Claremont Hotel, which was going to be our stay for the next couple days. That was the bed. That's me in the mirror saying hi. And I wanted to show our view because we have the view at Victoria Station, which is so beautiful because we get to see all the red buses. I love the red buses. And the staff was very sweet by preparing a congratulation note for my graduation, accompanied with a champagne bottle. It tastes very good to end the night. And a little chocolate cake. After a good night's sleep, I woke up super early because of the 5-hour time difference between Montreal and London. But I took the opportunity to venture out the hotel and understand our surroundings. And that right there, one of our windows here is actually our room. Now let's get going. First up, Borough Market. It's a food market that usually opens at 10 a.m. We had to stop by Bomba Paella. I hope I pronounced that correctly. We took the choice with prawns, not the lobster one.
Very yummy.
And since I'm a sweet lover, I had to stop by Bread Ahead, and they're famous for their donuts. I got the pistachio one. From Borough Market, we took the Queen's Walk, which is a pedestrian street that brings you alongside the water to Tower Bridge and the Tower of London. And then boom, you're on the glass. Next up, Tower of London. It is known as a royal palace, a fortress, a prison, place of execution. Yep. The most jarring true story is that two princes disappeared here while under the supervision of their uncle, who later took the throne in their place. 200 years later, a box containing two skeletons was discovered, and the remains matched the prince's age at the time they vanished. However, no testing has ever been done to confirm whether they were truly the long-lost princes. Moving on, we went to Horizon 22, which is a free viewing platform of London. It's a really nice ambiance to chit-chat and grab a drink. We wanted to check out the Sunday parade that starts at 10 a.m. at Buckingham Palace. And we strolled around St. James Park. Now this restaurant is a must-go. It's called the Mayfair Chippy. It has the best fish and chips in the whole wide world. It's accompanied with 3 sauces, garlic, peas, and curry. And then we walked around Trafalgar Square and entered the National Gallery, where we got to see many art pieces. And to end the day, we decided to shop around Soho and eat at Chinatown since they're right next to each other. The next day was reserved to visit Windsor Castle, as it takes 1 hour 30 minutes by bus to get there. I can't believe Henry VIII lived here. All I remember from history class is
Henry had so many wives that had to die. Henry had so many, only one survived.
And then we came back to the north side of London to try afternoon tea. I really enjoyed taking the time to just chat with my mom, sitting down, looking at the view. And then we walked alongside the River Thames to get back to our hotel. On our last day, we went to visit the iconic Big Ben and Westminster Abbey. And do you remember the tale I told you about the 2 lost princes at the Tower of London? After listening to the audio guide, we learned that the skeletons, even if identities were never confirmed, they were laid to rest right there in Westminster Abbey. And we ended it with a bang at Goatse, or it's called in Mandarin, Tang She. Honestly, the best restaurant that we have ever been to in our lives. And my mom can attest, and she's a hard judge. The food was incredibly delicious, and the flavors felt both refined and authentic. Every dish was rich and full of flavor without being too salty or too sweet, which made the meal even more enjoyable. It was so good that we still bring it up in our conversations to this day and talk about it how much we enjoyed it. Lastly, we went to catch our train to go to our next destination, Amsterdam. But that's another story to tell next time.
From the light, I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away. I couldn't fight it. I'd just see my face that you